In today's video, I'm going to be covering the 6 costs you need to be aware of when purchasing a home. Hi, I'm Jimmy Brocker with Oakland Realty and welcome to the Inside Track, where I bring you the answers to the questions you didn't even know you had about real estate. If this is your first time here, please hit subscribe so you can get these videos directly into your inbox. So you want to buy a property, that's great. You got to make sure you bring your wallet and have it ready when you come to the table. In addition to the down payment, there are other costs associated with purchasing a home, and typically these are called the closing costs. Your closing costs represent the things you'll have to pay out of your pocket and the amount of money necessary to finalize the purchase of the property. And like most things in life, when it comes to closing costs, it pays to plan ahead. The best time to work through these costs associated with closing on your mortgage is before you even start looking for a place. Closing costs should be part of the pre-approval process and the conversation you have with your mortgage broker. It's just as important about saving for these as it is for your down payment. For instance, if your mortgage is a high ratio and insured mortgage through CMHC, they will want to see at least 1.5% of the purchase price available in addition to the down payment. Ensuring this money is available will make sure you have enough to pay for everything associated with buying the property. So with that said, today I'm going to cover the 6 costs you need to be aware of when buying a home. Okay, number 1, the property inspection and/or appraisal. A home inspection is when you hire a professional to assess the condition of the property to make sure you won't be surprised by any unexpected issues down the road. An appraisal is when you hire a professional to compare the value of the property against other properties that have recently sold in the area. Usually the cost of a home inspection is yours, while the cost of an appraisal is sometimes covered by your high ratio insurance and sometimes covered by you as well. Number 2, lawyer or notary fees. To handle all the legal paperwork, you will be required to hire a real estate lawyer. They will be responsible for transfer of the title from the seller's name into your name and will make sure the lender is registered correctly on the title. Chances are this will be one of your most significant expenses, except if you live in a province with a property transfer tax. Number 3, good old taxes. Depending on which province you live in and the purchase price of the property you are buying, you might have to pay a property transfer tax or a land transfer tax. This cost can be high and you'll want to know ahead of time so you've got an estimated cost before writing an offer. Number 4, insurance. Before any financial institution lends you money, they will want to see that you already have property or home insurance in place for the purchase. If disaster strikes and something happens to the property, they want to be listed as an insurance policy to cover the costs. Unlike property insurance, which is mandatory, you might also consider mortgage insurance, life insurance, or a disability insurance that protects you in case of unforeseen events. Not necessary, but worth a conversation. Number 5, moving expenses. Congratulations, you've bought a new home. All you have to do now is get your stuff there. Don't underestimate the cost of moving your items. If you're moving across country, the cost of hiring a moving company can sometimes be pretty steep. While renting a moving truck is a little bit more reasonable, if you're moving locally, hopefully the cost of moving amounts to some gas money and pizza for your friends. And number 6, sometimes forgotten about, utilities. Hooking up a new service in a property is mostly time consuming more than expensive. However, if you're moving into a new province and don't have a history of paying utilities, you might be required to come up with a deposit for the services. It's not really worth moving into a new place if you can't afford to turn the power on or connect to the water. So there you have it. This covers the majority of the costs associated with buying a property. However, this list is no means exhaustive, but it should serve as a guide as you work with a trusted professional. So a quick roundup of the 6 costs you need to be aware of when buying a new home. Number 1, inspection and/or appraisal. 2, the lawyer and notary fees. 3, taxes that are due. 4, insurance. 5, the moving expenses. And 6, sometimes a utilities deposit. If today's video led to more questions or you'd like to talk with somebody with the costs associated with you buying a new home, don't hesitate to reach out. My details are at the end of this video. Then I'll be able to put you in touch with an amazing financial wizard I work with exclusively. I'm loving all the comments, questions and feedback and ideas of subjects for me to cover. So please, if you've got something, post it in the comments below and I'll get right back to you as soon as possible. And as always, thanks for watching.